What's up, tribe? I'm coming at you guys today with a story time. I have not done a story time in I think like 2 weeks. I have no excuse. I haven't really been doing much, and if I have, I've been vlogging it. And then like when I went on my little short vacay or whatever, I didn't really vlog it. Well, I didn't vlog it at all, girl. I was trying to have my me time, no social media. So I haven't really come on here with any story times with anything recent. I did recently remember something and I wanted to tell you guys the story. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you may have heard this story already because I did do like a story time about this incident on Twitter. So if it sounds familiar to you guys, that is why. So please do not flood my comments talking about,
oh, she's running out of story time, she's telling the same story.
Sounds familiar because I've told it on another platform, okay? But I'm gonna tell you guys it on this one because I have way more subscribers than I do followers on Twitter. So I'm pretty sure the majority of you guys have not heard it. Even though this started off as a storytime channel and I tell you guys stories about my life, I do not tell everything. There are some things that I don't feel comfortable sharing on the internet. Yeah, I mean, it's just some things that I'm not comfortable doing that. I know that by me sharing certain things, I could be helping certain people, but honestly, like there are just some things about my life I don't feel comfortable, like, cause I haven't even sat down and talked to my family about it and shit, you know, like, so this is from that era of my life. And I remember I was scrolling on Twitter one day and I saw this picture of these little girls and they were outside wearing high heel shoes. And somebody had retweeted the picture and they were like, oh, these girls are about to get their ass whooped. And I'm looking at the picture and the caption and it's just like popped in my brain of this memory that I had from a kid because some shit happened. Again, not gonna get into it. Some shit happened to me when I was a kid, so I don't have a lot of memory from the ages of 7 to 9 years old. It's all very fuzzy. I only remember maybe like 5 core incidents. So the fact that I had triggered something that I had remembered, as well as it being something that wasn't 100% negative, like it was kind of funny. It was kind of funny, but the feelings that I felt at the time were a little bit negative because I was scared. Like, it's just a lot. I don't even know how to start this fucking story, man. When I moved to Florida, I was 7 years old and my mom was, I wanna say she was my age. I wanna say my mom was 23 or 24 when she moved to Florida. So she was my age. I had babysitters, okay? So I had babysitters because my mom was a single mom. She had 2 kids, my age, 2 kids. I couldn't even imagine. Yeah, she was my age with 2 kids, living in the hood, couldn't afford childcare like that. Like she could afford it for like during the day and stuff, like for my brother, because I would go to school, my brother would go to daycare, so she could afford that. But when it was like when she wanted to do leisure stuff, like if she wanted to go out of town with her friends because she's still a young 20-year-old woman, you know, like she wants to go and do stuff, like me and my brother would get babysat. And our babysitters, I will wholeheartedly say, were the fucking worst. I was literally babysat by like a whole family, but I was mainly babysat by the oldest sibling who was probably like 17 at the time, and like her other teenage siblings. Like the people who mainly babysat me were high schoolers, okay? They actually had ended up moving to Orlando, so my mom couldn't have them babysit us. I remember there was even a point in my life where my mom actually moved their whole family into our house to make it more convenient for them to babysit us while my mom goes out and does her thing. Like, don't want to go into it. It's just so much, there's a lot of unhandled things in that part of my life. That's why I'm like smiling, because I'm low-key angry. But so therapy's expensive. So they were living with us for a while, but then they ended up moving to Orlando. Whenever my mom wanted to go out or party or whatever, she would literally just like send me and my brother with these people. They would do all types of traveling. I remember there would be times where I would spend like months in Daytona, I'd be in Deltona, I'd be in Orlando, mainly like in that area. My mom would literally just drop us off and then pay them a lump sum amount of money. So this was one of the summers where I had went to Orlando with my brother. This is when this shit happened. So I was in the apartment. It was me and I had a best friend at the time, and I'm going to call her Mary, okay? So Mary was my best friend at that time. She was the first person I ever met in Florida, and she's the whole reason why my mom got introduced to her family and why I was getting babysat by those people. So Mary's older sister was my babysitter. Mary's older sister was not nice. She was strict. She was only nice to you if something bad was about to happen to you. Like, she wasn't nice at all. And the only time she was nice to me was like in front of my mom. She's the 17-year-old that I was talking about earlier. She wasn't there. Everybody else was at school because they're all in high school, mind you. The mom of the family is at work. So me and Maria were at home with Maria's cousin. And we're gonna call this cousin Jane. So Jane was strict just like Maria's older sister, but she was a little bit more playful. Like, she let us actually be like little girls and like, you know, be playful. So she was like,
you know, do you girls want to play dress up?
like, hell yeah, we want to play dress up. She let us go into her suitcase because she did not permanently live there. She was just coming to stay for a little bit. So she let us go through the suitcase, and you know, we had on heels, we had on our little outfit. We were just playing dress up like little girls do, because the majority of the time, like, we were being forced to do fucking labor. Like, we were either being forced to do all the chores in the house. Like, not one adult would do any chores in that house. It was always me and Maria doing chores in the house. Like, we were basically fucking slaves. Like, but again, not gonna get into my childhood trauma. So this is a break from like the usual what we would be used to. Like, we're actually getting to be kids. Like, we get to play and be like little girls and play dress up and like, you know, do all that stuff. We were playing and Jane was like,
I bet you guys won't go outside like that.
and we were like, hell yeah, we're gonna go outside like that. We are popping, we look cute. We did not look cute, girl. We were playing make believe though, so we thought that we looked cute, and like, we're like, yeah, we're about to go out, we're grown, like, let's go, let's hit the town.
Okay, whatever, just make sure you come straight back. Like, don't leave the neighborhood. Y'all can walk around in your little dress up outfits, whatever.
So that's why when I saw that picture, it immediately reminded me of this whole incident, because I've definitely done that before. And yeah, the ass whooping comes later. We're walking around outside, we got our heels on, we're like switching and stuff, we think we're cute. Maria and her family had just moved to this neighborhood, and this neighborhood was very different than the types of neighborhoods that like we were used to seeing and we were used to living at, because I did not live in no posh ass area in Florida until I was maybe like 9 or 10 years old, and I had to have been like 7 or 8 at the time. And because they had moved out of our house and they were living in Orlando, so I knew I had to have been like 8 or so. As I was saying, so basically they had just moved there, so it was like a completely area that I was not like used to seeing. Like, the Florida kids that I was used to seeing were like the ratchet hood kids that I was playing around with. Like, I thought that's how everybody in Florida acted. I thought everybody in Florida was just ratchet as fuck. Like, to be honest, like, as a kid, that's just what I thought. And then when I went to her little neighborhood in Orlando, I'm seeing the Disney World Florida kids, okay? And if y'all don't know, there is a difference, okay? There is the Florida kid, okay? You got your Florida kids that got the dreads and the freeform palm trees or whatever. That's one type of Florida kid. Then you got the ratchet Florida kid. Then you got the tourist Florida kid who is here every summer because they grandma live here. Then you have the military Florida kid who's just so happened to be stopping by. Then you have the Disney World Florida kid, which is the posh ass Disney year-round pass. Like, you know, our mom is doing really well for herself. She's in real estate, like, you know, like that type of shit. So we run into a group of those type of kids, and we wanted to play with them. I mean, we're kids, we wanted to play with them. So we walk up to them, we're like, hey, like, do you want to play with us or whatever, playing make-believe. Kids straight up clowned us. The kids clowned us. They were laughing at us. They said we look stupid. Like, they were making fun of us. I remember the insults were mainly about me and my friend's hair. Like, they were getting on me about being nappy-headed, and then they were calling my friend bald-headed. Like, and mind you, y'all, these were not black children. Like, this was some really hateful shit. And Maria was like,
you know what, no, like, they're not about to just make fun of us like that. Like,
when I forgot to mention, y'all, like, if your older sibling is a bully, you're most likely gonna be about that life. And Maria, I couldn't imagine all the shit that I dealt with her older sister growing up, to the point where I can't even remember some years of my fucking life. I can imagine actually having to live with that, okay? So she don't fuck around. Like, I remember she used to get in multiple fights. Me and her used to be fighting people back to back. Like, so when she was like, we need to retaliate, I already knew, like, all right, bitch, I'm down. Because it's like, you just get tired of getting fucking beat up on, that you just want to be that person for once that's like, no, you're not about to fuck with me, I'm about to fuck you up. So she was like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna throw our heels at the main bitch that was calling us nappy-headed and bald-headed and shit, and we're gonna aim for the fucking face, period. We slowly walked back up to the group, had a shoe, we each had a shoe in our hand, slowly walked up to the group and right in the, like, I'm not even, y'all, I'm not being over dramatic. Like, looking back, that girl could have went blind. Both at the same time, right in the fucking face. And then we run laughing back to the apartment. I hear screams of this girl crying, just screaming, crying. We run, we go straight back to the apartment. We're laughing, we're out of breath. And Jane is like,
what y'all got into?
oh, nothing. So then maybe like 5 or 10 minutes later, we get a knock at the door. And literally me and Maria looked at each other and we just knew like it was about to happen, because we hit this girl with a high heel in the face. Okay, both of us hit this girl with a lot of force in the high heel with the face. So we knew that, duh, like parents, the police, somebody was gonna come to the door. Jane goes to the door and she opens the door, and it's the little girl who called me nappy headed and my friend bald headed. And she has an ice pack on her face, and her whole face is red, and the mom looks pissed off.
Those 2 girls assaulted my daughter with a high heel shoe.
And Jane looked at us and then looked at the girl, and I remember, like, when I first recalled this memory, I just remember feeling like my heart just dropped into my stomach, because something that I did not say, but I'm not gonna get into again. This is gonna be a repetitive thing, so some of y'all might have questions in the comments. I just don't feel comfortable answering certain questions right now. But basically, my mom basically gave the green light for my babysitters. If I fucked up, it was the green light to give us a whooping, basically. So if we fucked up, it was green light, get your ass whooped, because my mom's not there to whip my ass right now. So she's gonna, what can my mom do from a city away? So my mom was like, if they cut up, beat their ass. Immediately, when Jane gave me that look, I was like, fuck. Me and Maria are about to get a good old-fashioned BFF ass whooping, because we used to have those a lot. The white lady's at the door and she's just like,
look at my daughter's face, her face is fucked up, like, your kids did this, I'm gonna call the police, blah, blah, blah.
And Jane was like,
you don't have to call the police or anything, because I'm about to beat their ass.
And literally, me and Maria just looked at each other like, fuck. The nicest adult figure that we know is about to give us an ass. Well, she wasn't the nicest. There was somebody else in their family who I actually had a really good bond with. She's not the only good person, but like, I was like, damn, we about to get our ass beat by like our good sis.
Oh no, you don't have to hit them. You don't have to do any of that. I just want charges, press blah, blah, blah.
Would you rather them get something on their record, or would you rather me teach them a lesson right now? They're gonna be grounded, your little girl is safe.
This stuck out to me the most, like in my memory when I remembered it. She told this lady, she said,
the only time you're gonna see either of them walking outside this door is to go cut off the switch.
That's the main thing that I remember, because I remember being like, fuck, this is the weapon of choice? I'm about to get my ass beat with a switch? Like, damn, like, fuck. This sucks. I should have never did this shit. Like, I just remember having so much regret. Like, I should have never did this shit. So the lady leaves, the white lady leaves or whatever, and it's just us 3 sitting in the living room. And Jane is looking at me and Maria with like so much anger, like so pissed off. And I just get ready, bro. Like literally, like me and Maria, we stand up, we take our little heels off, we take off our little outfits, like we just getting ready to go and get this ass whooping real quick. And Jane busts out laughing.
Did you see that little girl's face? Oh my God, y'all are so fucking bad. Oh my God, that lady was mad as fuck. Y'all could have went to jail. Are you serious? Y'all are crazy.
Me, like Maria's over here laughing.
Oh my God, yes, I thought you was for
I'm still standing here in pure terror and fear, bruh. Like, I'm still standing here expecting to get my ass whooped. Like, I can't even get into detail on how afraid I fucking was, but bruh, I was very fucking scared. I could have sworn that that was gonna be the day I was getting my fucking ass beat by fucking Jane, one of the people who I actually felt safe with. Like, I think that might be why that memory popped back up to me, because like, that was yet another person who like I trusted, like as a child, like an adult that I had trusted, and they did some shit like that, and it just left an impression on me like, damn, I can't trust you, like you just like everybody else. And then you just switched up talking about, nah, I'm just kidding. And I think in my brain I was like, damn, that kind of just like minimized and made a joke out of like something serious that I'm going through right now, like at that time anyway. But that's what I think I remembered it for. But I just remember being like, damn, I really thought she was gonna sum me out. I really thought I was about to get my ass whooped, and that shit just like instilled fear in me, and it just stuck with me. But I just wanted to like record that little story. Yeah, it's kind of funny, but I also wanted to record it just for like for me and for like my memory bank, because it just be going in and out. I know some of y'all think I have really good memory, but I kind of have selective memory. I only remember selective things with a lot of detail from points in times. Like some things I could drag out to 20 minutes, and then some things I just can't. And I just wanted to put this record on here for myself, because who knows, I might come out with a book one day and actually express that part of my life with you guys. But yeah, as for right now, this is just for me and for anybody who wants to be entertained. But let me know, as a kid, have you ever done that, like put on your parents' clothes and then decided to go outside? Or as a kid, have you ever went outside and like really hurt another kid and then your parents got to deal with you? Like, let me know. Looking back, that was so bad. Like that girl could have lost her eyesight. Like it was that bad. Well, little girl from Orlando, if you out there, I hope you, well, at least I know that little girl from Orlando ain't calling little black girls bald-headed or nappy-headed anymore. I mean, shit, we did our due diligence to the community, I guess. But yeah, I'll be reading your comments, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.